Sister texted, "You're not invited to the wedding. Goodbye, loser." Mom reacted with a heart emoji. I replied, "Great. Then I'll just stop covering the payments." They kept joking in the group chat, but by morning, everything was different. I'm sad to share this particular story from my life, but here it is. It's about the moment my sister decided I wasn't good enough to be part of her wedding after I'd practically built it from the ground up, and how that one text message set off a chain reaction that none of them saw coming. Not her, not my parents, not even me. It happened on a random Thursday while I was at Target. I wasn't looking for anything important, just walking around after work to clear my head. I had a basket with a few candles and some protein bars in it. I wasn't thinking about Amanda or the wedding or the fact that I hadn't heard from her in a few days. Everything seemed fine. Then my phone buzzed. It was the group chat we'd made for the wedding, the one called Family Wedding Crew Ring. I opened it expecting to see something about the rehearsal dinner. Maybe a question about table runners. Instead, I saw 5 words that didn't make sense at first. "You're not invited. Goodbye, loser." Just that. No context, no explanation. My sister Amanda sent it like she was ordering coffee. And right below that, my mom added a heart emoji. Not even a sentence, just a heart. Like some twisted seal of approval. I stood there frozen in the middle of the snack aisle, rereading it over and over again. I waited for someone to say it was a joke or that Amanda's phone had been stolen or hacked, but no one did. The chat went silent. I put the basket down on a random shelf and walked out of the store without saying a word to anyone. That night, I didn't respond. I watched. A few hours later, they were back to chatting in the group like nothing had happened. Amanda posted some TikTok of a bride laughing. My mom wrote, "So true all." My dad said, "Finally, no drama." That was when I knew it wasn't a mistake. They meant it. They wanted me out. After everything I had done, they forgot, though. I was the one paying for most of it. The venue, my credit card, that $2,000 dress Amanda was obsessed with. I put down the deposit. Flowers, tasting menus, calligraphy invitations, and even the damn cake samples. All me. Amanda always said she'd pay me back after the wedding gifts started rolling in. My parents said they'd contribute when they could, but they never did. I'd been keeping receipts, literally. So, I finally replied, "Perfect. Then I'll remove my payments from the account." No one took me seriously. Amanda posted a meme of a money gun. Mom replied, "Don't be dramatic, sweetie." Dad threw in a thumbs up like we were talking about paint colors, so I stayed quiet. I made some calls. The venue can let immediately. The deposit was under my name. Same with the florist. The caterer needed a little convincing, but once they saw my name on the contract, they dropped the order. The dress boutique was the only one that hesitated. Amanda had already been in for a fitting, but when I reminded them I'd paid the deposit and hadn't signed off on the alterations, they agreed to put a hold on everything. By 11 a.m. the next morning, the wedding was gone. At 12:22 p.m., Amanda messaged me. "What did you do?" I didn't answer. Then came the flood. My mom said I was ruining everything. Amanda told me I was mentally unstable. My dad said this was exactly why they didn't want me involved in the first place. They sent 18 messages in 10 minutes. At 3:36 p.m., Amanda went quiet for a moment. Then she sent this. "You have 1 hour to fix this, or I'll tell everyone what you did to Ryan." That made me laugh. Not because it was funny, but because it showed just how desperate she was. She was throwing threats now, hoping something would stick. I took a screenshot, blocked her. Amanda thought she could cut me out and keep everything I gave her. My parents thought I'd back down if they ignored me long enough. They didn't realize I'd finally reached the end of what I was willing to tolerate. They wanted a wedding without me. Good. Let them try to have one without my money. The first few days after I canceled, everything were surprisingly quiet. I thought there would be more fireworks, but instead it was like they went into damage control mode, or maybe shock. Amanda unfollowed me on everything. Instagram, Facebook, even Venmo. My mom sent me a 2-paragraph message saying she was disappointed in how I'd handled things and hoped I'd come to my senses before it's too late. My dad sent me a YouTube link to some video about forgiveness. I didn't watch it. They stopped short of begging. I think they were still convinced I'd crack, that I'd feel guilty, that I'd wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat and send an apology text with a crying emoji and a promise to pay for everything again. But I didn't. I was done. A week later, Amanda posted a picture of herself in a different wedding dress. It was clearly off the rack. She looked pissed. The caption was something like, "New dress." The other one was "Cursed anyway, face with rolling eyes. The comments were full of her friends hyping her up, saying how stunning she looked, that this one was so much more her. But I noticed the likes were low, a lot lower than usual. That night around 10 p.m., I got a call from my Aunt Kathy. She didn't even pretend to make small talk. She said Amanda was telling people I'd had a breakdown and that I tried to ruin the wedding because I was jealous. She said my mom was claiming I was unstable and had been causing problems for years. I could hear the discomfort in her voice. She didn't believe it, but she didn't want to get in the middle. Then she asked the question I knew was coming. Did you really cancel everything? I told her yes, and that I wasn't sorry. She was quiet for a second, then just said, "Wow. Well, good for you." Word started spreading after that. My cousin Sarah messaged me 2 days later asking if it was true that Amanda and Ryan were trying to throw together a backyard wedding now that they couldn't find a venue on such short notice, that the florist had refused to work with them without me. I didn't respond, but I started getting texts from numbers I didn't recognize: Brian's mom, Amanda's bridesmaid, a random second cousin who hadn't talked to me in 5 years. All trying different tactics: guilt, flattery, even fake confusion. "Hey, I heard there was a mix-up with the planning. Just wanted to see if you were okay. Amanda said you were stepping back. Do you want me to help smooth things over? So, sorry about the drama. We all know how weddings are." I ignored everyone. 3 days before what was supposed to be the wedding date, my mom showed up at my apartment. I didn't answer the door. She stood outside for almost 15 minutes. I watched her through the peephole. She rang the bell twice, then left. 10 minutes later, she texted me, "Please just talk to us. This can still be fixed." I stared at that text for a long time. I thought about the years of being treated like a wallet with legs. The way they always expected me to help out because I had a steady job and no husband or kids. The way they used me over and over and called it love. Then I deleted the message. Let them figure it out. The wedding was off track. Their budget was gone and the clock was ticking. They wanted to push me out. Now they could see how far they got without me. 2 days before the wedding, I got a Venmo request from Amanda. $7,800. No message, no contacts, just the number like I was a wedding sponsor who forgot to send in her donation. I declined it. 10 minutes later, another one came through. Same amount. Still nothing written. I declined that one too. And this time, I blocked her on Venmo completely. That made it real. I think that's when the shift happened. You could feel it like the last thread snapped. Later that afternoon, a text came in from an unknown number. I didn't open it right away. I let it sit there while I cooked dinner, watered my plants, poured a glass of wine. When I finally read it, I wasn't surprised. It was Amanda. "I know you're mad, but you've made your point. We're already locked into things. You canceling everything just ruins it for me. Please don't destroy my future just to get revenge." That last line, "Don't destroy my future," like I was the one swinging the wrecking ball. As if they hadn't kicked me out of the group chat and humiliated me in front of our family and friends. As if they hadn't laughed when I said I was pulling out. I didn't reply. I blocked the number. That evening, I got a call from the venue. The one Amanda had loved so much, she cried during the tour. The woman on the phone was calm, but direct. Someone had called claiming to be me, asking to reverse the cancellation. When she asked for ID verification over email, they hung up. She just wanted to let me know she'd flagged the file. I thanked her. She didn't ask questions. They were trying to undo the damage quietly, but everything had been in my name. Every signature, every email, every payment confirmation. I had handled it all. And now, they were scrambling. The next morning, I woke up to a long email from my dad. Subject: "Let's fix this." He opened with a soft apology, the kind you write when you want to manipulate someone without sounding like it. He said Amanda's words were impulsive, that tensions had been high, and that the message wasn't meant to hurt me, even though it clearly had. Then came the guilt trip. He said they understood my frustration, but that I needed to see the bigger picture. "You still have time to make this right," he wrote, as if I had ruined something sacred. He ended with a vague promise to pay me back after the dust settles. That part made me laugh. There wasn't any dust anymore, just debris. Later that day, Amanda posted on her Instagram story, a black and white selfie, no makeup, sad eyes, holding a coffee mug. Over it, she'd written, "The worst kind of betrayal always comes from the ones closest to you." She didn't tag me. She didn't have to. Everyone knew. The messages started pouring in like a wave. Old college friends, distant cousins, people I'd barely spoken to in years. "Hey, I heard there's drama with the wedding. Hope you're okay. Amanda's saying some intense stuff. Just wanted your side before I respond. I ignored them all. Meanwhile, the insiders kept feeding me updates. My cousin Sarah called from her car, whispering like she was leaking state secrets. The backyard wedding idea? Collapsed. The neighbor had called the city after seeing the giant tent going up without a permit. The fire marshal shut it down. The catering company blacklisted Amanda after she tried to use my old invoice as proof of an account. The dress shop wouldn't release her gown until the balance was paid, and no one had that kind of money. Even Ryan, her fiancé, was apparently ready to walk. He'd told one of the groomsmen, "If this is what marrying her family looks like, maybe I need to rethink things." Then came the message that changed everything. It popped up in the group chat I never left. They must have forgotten I could still see it. "Mom, we can't do this without her. It's not possible, Amanda." "Dad, we offer to pay her back. She'll come around." "Amanda, she always does." That line stuck with me. She always does. Like I was some vending machine, they just had to kick hard enough to get what they wanted. I didn't reply. I just watched them unravel from a distance. They thought guilt and fake apologies would get me back. But not this time. The wedding was 2 days away. No venue, no vendors, no dress, no plan. They'd burned the bridge and stood on the ashes, waiting for me to rebuild it. I just walked away. By the morning of what would have been the rehearsal dinner, everything was silent. No messages, no calls, nothing. That's how I knew something was coming. It came at 6:42 p.m., a knock on my door. Not casual, deliberate. Through the peephole, I froze. Amanda. She looked nothing like herself. Hair a mess, eyes red, holding a plastic grocery bag. I didn't open the door. She started crying. Real tears this time. She said Ryan had left the night before. Moved out. Said he didn't want to start a marriage in debt to her sister. She said their backup wedding planner had quit that morning. Then she said something I didn't expect. "I know you hate me, but please. I can't go back to Mom's. They're blaming me for everything." That made me pause. I opened the door halfway. She looked smaller somehow, not just physically, but like she'd lost her armor. She handed me the grocery bag. Inside, a stack of envelopes, rubber banded together. Receipts. Contracts. Canceled checks. My handwriting on every one. She said Mom had found them and told her to bring them to prove I wasn't owed anything. But when Amanda opened them, she realized something. All those family contributions she thought Mom and Dad made. Fake duplicates. I'd paid every single one. She said Mom had told her I offered to cover everything because I was lonely and wanted to feel included. That part, that she believed it, hit harder than I expected. We sat in silence. She asked if I was happy now. I said no. I just wanted to stop being treated like the family credit card. Then my phone buzzed, an email from the wedding venue. Apparently, my mom had called pretending to be my personal assistant, trying to reinstate the booking and charge it to my account again. The manager caught on and flagged it as attempted fraud, even attached the call trace as evidence. Amanda saw the email. Her face went pale. She really did that? I nodded. She didn't cry this time. She just said she needed to handle something and left. That night, silence again. Until 2:07 a.m. A message from Mom. "You'll regret what you started." No heart emoji this time. That's when I realized it wasn't over. The next morning, I didn't feel guilt or fear like she probably hoped. I felt calm. I'd spent years paying for their messes, keeping the peace, swallowing their insults. Now I was done. At noon, Amanda called. She said Ryan was gone. The guests had canceled. The cake melted in someone's garage. She said she still wanted to get married. Courthouse. No guests. No music. Then she asked for a loan. Not a gift, a loan. I stayed quiet. She said she understood now, that she'd seen the receipts, that Mom and Dad had been using both of us. She sent the number, $2,600, just enough for the license, a simple dress, and dinner. That night, I wrote a loan agreement. Full amount, fair interest, monthly payments, late fees, legal consequences. The next day, we met at a diner. She didn't order anything. I slid the papers across the table. She read them once, then signed. No questions. No sarcasm. Just pen on paper. I wired the money right there. She left without saying thank you. The courthouse wedding happened. Ryan showed up. Barely. No social media posts. Just a blurry photo Aunt Lisa forwarded. "We did it. Please don't ask questions." I thought that was the end. until I got an email invitation for a celebration dinner. Last minute, no details, just polite words about starting a new chapter. I RSVP'd no, but I did send a gift. It arrived 10 minutes before the dinner started, beautifully wrapped in silver paper, white bow, no card. Inside, a framed 8 by 10 print of the original venue deposit receipt, the one Amanda begged me to pay 6 months ago. Taped to the back, a copy of the loan agreement. Amanda's signature highlighted. Interest rate circled. Due date underlined. It looked like a wedding announcement if you didn't read closely. I wasn't there when they opened it, but by 9 p.m., my phone was blowing up. My cousin Paige texted, "Holy S ******. That was ice cold. Amanda's friends were sending laughing emojis. Even Ryan's brother followed me on Instagram. No one could pretend anymore. They once laughed when I said I was pulling out, called it a breakdown, said I ruined the family event. But now, everyone saw who actually paid for the wedding, who cleaned up, who kept the receipts. Amanda started paying me back the next month. $237.65 every third. No message, no apology. Just quiet acknowledgement that the cleanup wasn't free. My parents never spoke to me again. Not a text, not a call. It was like I'd been erased from the family. Then the shifts began, cousins liking my posts, aunts sending memes, people testing the waters. But what everyone whispered about was the gift. Someone had filmed Amanda opening the silver-wrapped box, the framed deposit receipt, and loan agreement. You could hear the room go silent. That video became family legend. Amanda kept it, even when Ryan made her pack it away for bad energy. She kept making payments. Eventually, she added notes. Still paying, still remember. We never reconciled, just this cold rhythm. Her paying, me not replying. Now, every family gathering, someone brings it up. Not the fight, not the loan, the gift. They call it cold, calculated. But they all know I didn't scream or argue. I just sent a package, and they've been unpacking it ever since. Amanda will finish paying in 16 months. The real debt isn't the money, it's the memory. And that one's mine.